Hey everyone, welcome to only the second video that I've made in this series, which is the Porn Addicts support group. And you're with me, Hugh Anchor. Well, okay, so I sent myself this game. I played it, 2 or 3 days ago, and apparently it's a porn pusher, and punishing a porn pusher in style. So I haven't been over the game again. I'm going to be reviewing it at the same time as you guys. So let's just dive in, and then maybe we'll have a look at the review at the end. Okay. And this is called, is this the Polish opening? Pawn to b4. I think it's the Polish, and I think there's a Polish gambit, but I don't quite know how it works. So I responded with pawn e5. Just in the middle. You can do the same thing against the English. I'm kind of expecting that my opponent's going to play the c4 and go into a kind of English. Instead he fianchettos the bishop. So clearly this pawn is without defenders. I don't want to play knight c6 because that runs into b5, kicking the knight away. So the quiet looking d6. And I'm already blocking in this bishop a little bit. Can't get through that pawn. However, my opponent's already, somewhat loose there on the queen side. Okay, he pushes e3. Now knight f6, just normal developing move. h3, preventing my knight or my bishop from getting to the g4 square, which I get. So what am I going to do? I guess I'm just going to carry on development. I guess this bishop might come out maybe there. Obviously, it can't go to that square. I could play bishop e7. I don't think knight c6, so probably I'll be thinking about getting my knight to d7, knight b d7. So I'm guessing I'll play that move next. I do play that move next. There you go. Looks very natural. Okay, we have d3 now from Gusty72, who is rated 1446 after this game from Romania. Okay, now bishop e7. So it's looking very kind of tight and conservative here for black. And it doesn't really look like a pawn pusher's paradise here for white either. He plays the knight in front of the king to e2. Guess he could have gone there as well. Now he's blocking in his own bishop too. All right. So now we castle. Pushes the pawn now to e4. And I drop the bishop all the way back. Because, I mean, what's the bishop going to do? It can't go there, can't go there. If it retreats here, it's biting on granite, looking straight down this big, stone wall of pawns. So maybe I'm thinking about maybe a fianchetto and try attacking from this angle. Okay, we are maneuvering. This is a 10-minute rapid, by the way. Okay, and now g4 from white. So white is starting to reveal his pawn addict tendencies. Okay, so we're several moves in. He's moved 5 pawns and only 2 pieces. There we go. Okay, b6 now from me. We have a3, and I fianchetto the bishop. So this is looking really, really just tight and quiet for black. Very loosey-goosey from white. This knight looks like it's probably wanting to come into the f5 square. But if he wants to trade for that bishop, he's perfectly welcome to do that. I'm guessing here knight b d7. No, I play knight c6. Okay. Knight c6, so temporarily again blocking in my own bishop. So my bishops right now are having no fun at all. This dark squared bishop can see nothing of the board, and this guy can only get to that square. Will he go to that square? I have no idea. Let's find out. In comes the knight. And like I said before, my central pawns, we've got a closed e-file already. If he wants the bishop, he's welcome to the bishop. So what would I play here? What would I play here? Don't see any reason to retreat this knight round. It's a bit tricky. Maybe something like rook c8. I don't know. Oh, I break on d5. Okay, well, what's the reason for that? It's pretty obvious. White's king is still in the center of the board. He's still only moved 2 pieces, right? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces out in the board, and I've castled. I'm only 1 move away from completing development. White is a long way off completing development. Okay, so the idea here is that I want to get him to open up there, might take back with the queen, might take back with the knight. If not, I'm threatening to open things up on my own terms as well. He plays his knight out to d2, and I take. He can take back with a knight if he wishes. He takes back with a pawn. Okay, so look at this. Only 2 pawns left on rank 2. Okay, but still, bishop's on the back rank, queen's on the back rank, and the king has not castled. Okay, so what would we do here? I think centralizing the knight looks fine. I can't take there, just lose a knight, right? But moving this knight will open up this bishop. So I would imagine knight d4. Knight d4 is played. KK. Now he fianchettos his bishop. Maybe preparing to castle short here. Okay. But I'm feeling kind of happy, you know. I've got 2 attackers on this pawn. I've got knight and bishop. It's defended with also knight and bishop. So I'm guessing I might just play queen d7. Think about bringing one of the rooks over to d8, something like that. No, he trades knights! Okay, now which way is he going to recapture? Interesting. Well, I mean, if you look at it, White's potentially this pawn could actually be a target. This actually hangs the pawn, right? But I have time because he needs to recapture the knight first, eh? Okay, so, you know, I'm taking advantage of the fact that his pawns are all the way up the board. I know that pawn is going to take, and he takes back with G. Okay. Now, where is your king going to go, mofo? Right? There's a lot of fresh air on the king side here, so I don't know about putting a king there. Maybe there, I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, now c5 from yours truly. Nice aggressive move. Yes, I'm allowing my opponent to capture towards the center, but then my bishop, which was previously, just a few moves ago, completely blocked in, could now then spring into life. He doesn't take the bait on that one. And queen to c7. Guess the idea here is to open up the d-file, just get out of the way, pin the knight on the queen. It's not a great square for the queen. I mean, she can't see anything. But I'm wanting to use the heavy material. Okay, this is also a funny move. Queen f3, I don't really understand. Okay, rook a d8. And I guess the queen can now come back to the d-file with mucho pressure on the knight on d2. Again, this bishop's very bad as well. So now, having moved his rook to g1, he has no option to castle short. He can only castle long, which surely he wants to do very soon. And he sacrifices the rook! Okay, what is the idea? Well, the king has to recapture, okay? Now, what does that mean? It means the king's going to be stuck in the middle of the board. This pawn's also pinned, by the way, because I've got a bishop on the long diag, right? King's in the middle of the board, then I can bring my other rook across to d8. Let's see what happens. King takes, obviously, right? Otherwise he's going to be down a whole knight. Oh, nice. My bishop, my sniper bishop here on b7 is defended by my queen. Look at that, right? This is a check. The queen can't take because bishop takes queen. That would be a queen for 2 minor pieces. That sucks. So the king retreats. Okay. Okay, what do we do in this position? Well, there's a bunch of knight moves that would come with a disco on the queen, but that actually doesn't really work other than knight d6. And the reason is because the queen and the bishop make a battery against this bishop. So if I just move my knight kind of anywhere and go, haha, your queen, he goes, no, haha, your bishop. That's what you lose. So is my knight going to come back, or are we going to find something more aggressive? We give check. Bishop g5 check. Nice. Starting to use all the pieces now. And look at this bishop that was just terrible before. King tries to hide away on b1. But oh no. What do you see? Do you see what I see? I see knight d2. Royal fork. Ha ha ha. King moves. Grab the queen. Bishop can't even recapture. Well, I mean, it can, but he's just giving away more material. He's down nearly a full queen now. Okay. Rook comes over. My knight simply repositions itself back into the middle of the board, right? Defended by 2 pawns. And now we have tension between the bishops as well. And at that point, White simply resigns. Okay, well, let's flip over to the analysis board. Let's have a look. 89.9 for me, 76 for opponent. And I got a 1950 with brilliant middle game. Okay. Book. Best. Good. Okay. You see with this quiet move here, it's gone from plus 0.1 to negative 0.25. Black is slightly better here. That's a good move. That's good. Now I play bishop e7. Now it says no, you had something better, dude. Okay, pushing up in the middle. Yeah, I do miss these. As very often I just don't think about that. I think about getting my pieces out, but actually this pawn move here comes with the discovery on the pawn on b4. Should have thought about that. Also, you know, really staking my claim over the center, having my pawns more advanced than White's pawns. Okay, so he plays his knight out. Because I like that animation. Look at that. Okay, now pushing up the pawn. Mistake. Okay, what should he have done? Not g4. Okay, moving the knight. Okay. But no, he's all about forwards, forwards, forwards. And this was not the best move. He thinks I should have dropped back instead at this line of pawns. Okay. Well, I mean, it's fulfilling a useful defensive role there, I guess. And, you know, one thing we know about pawns is they don't tend to stay in the same place for the whole game. Inaccurate. But it's still only plus 1, but now it's not. I think it's saying here again, d5. With the discovery, right? So what's the best? d5 again, yeah, just breaking open the middle. I'm castled! Break open the damn center. But I don't do this. I'm thinking about just development, you know, slightly beginner thinking here. Solid play. Tiniest edge for black, but nothing special. That's okay. Better move was. Again, d5. Go. All right, fish. You really want me to play that move? Okay, but I do this. You come in. Now I play d5, and it's the best. Oof. Ah. Wicked. Okay, knight comes out here. Takes is good. Even better. Centralizing the knight. Wow. But don't we have this move in a minute, right? Here comes the knight. Okay, now it's still the best move. That's okay. That's the best move. Best move. Inaccurate. Let us see. a5. I bet I didn't even think about that. What's the point of a5? It's half a pawn better, so it's not a massive difference. Show me. Okay. No, don't really get it. Don't really get it. Anyway, I pushed c5. Half a pawn difference. Okay, that's a good move. Better would have been a6 now. And get that pawn out of my face. If you take, you've got a bishop from hell. Yeah? Okay, but we have this, we have this. Rook over. Again, not the best move. Again, not the best move. Pushing up. Just being annoying. Having said that, we've got a queen and a bishop guarding that square. Again, 0.3 of a pawn. Ignore. Okay, that's not great. And brilliant. You sacrificed your rook! A stunning move. And again, best move. Wow. And this, my friends, is a blunder. This permits the opponent to eventually win material. Wicked. Excellent move. And boom, bada boom. And it's all over. And there you go, guys. But look at this at the end. Just look at this picture at the end, right? King, nicely castled, tucked up safely with his favourite rook. Yeah? All my pieces are out doing stuff. Even these pawns on this side are fine. You know, my only kind of weak pawn is this guy on e5, right? White's position is crumbs. Crumbs. Look at that pawn structure. right? And this is why we don't just willy-nilly push our pawns up the board. Don't be a pawn addict. Listen to Hugh Wanker, right? Behave. Do it properly. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. See you later.